Christmas spirit or not, Christmas is coming, and you can tell by our tabletop and by the fact that Jane Lockhart is joining me today in studio. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me again.
So great to have you here, and
Thank
you must be getting pretty jazzed up because the season's Christmas show is coming up this weekend.
That's right. So the idea is to start thinking about it now, getting ready for Christmas and holiday entertaining, so that you're not doing it at the very last minute, although I'm sure that will happen. But here are some ideas to think about how to entertain your guests when they come over.
Well, what I like about, and every time you come visit us, same kind of theme where you don't have to go out and buy all brand new stuff in order to do a really nice display. It's about working with what you have and maybe adding some touches.
That's exactly it. So what I like to do, especially when you have guests over, so no matter what you celebrate, the important thing, of course, is being able to make your guests feel welcome. So key things about this, of course, is table settings. And this is where people panic when they start to realize, I only have white dishes. Nothing wrong with white.
Actually, I love having white dishes because you can do anything with them.
That's right. You can really combine and layer. And Christmas is no different than any other decorating time of year, which is about layering items. So one of the key things when you're setting up, of course, a table is making sure for this time of year you have something that's kind of festive. So these are just plain plates, nothing special, you know, very simple. But if you were to cut out a snowflake, or your kids cut out a snowflake for you, then the nice thing is you can layer items like this on top of what you already have, put your clear plate over top, and then your guests are looking at something that's really interesting.
Very nice.
Now, I always like to give my guests something to go home with, or at least something to talk about, and this is one of those pieces. This is a new decoration for the season, and it kind of looks like a pine cone, but it's
feathers.
Made from feathers. Feathers are very hot
I'm
this
seeing
season.
them everywhere. Wreaths and centerpieces everywhere.
Yeah, so you may not be wearing them this year, so no boas necessarily, but this actually over here on my left-hand side is a wreath made of feathers.
And that's quite beautiful.
Yes, and it makes it very easy to hang, it's easy to deal with, and in this case we've used it as a ring around an existing planter that I use old times of year, but it just happens to work very well for excess
glitter
decorations.
in it. Yeah, that's great. Now, I like the idea of garlands. It's amazing what a little, just something on the table can make all the difference.
So this garland is a little bit different than we've seen in the past in that it's wire and it has a little bit of what looks like crushed crystals, which is kind of nice because it adds that little bit of sparkle on your table. Or you can mix this in with fresh greenery if you prefer and wrap them together.
I'm seeing little things like, what are you thinking here, a place card?
Yeah, place card holder, which is a nice thing, or something that your guests, again, could take away with them. It's something that you could give as a party favor. Retro is very popular, and this is one of those reused, great ideas. This is a pin that would have come from an antique store or even a junk fair. Something like this is very nice to add to your napkin.
I like this. It's a belt buckle.
It's a belt buckle, yes, easy to turn. This is a great idea from Canadian Living, and of course I'll be at the season show with Canadian Living, showing all these.
Always some amazing ideas from Canadian Living.
And we love it. Thank you. We have some Christmas ornaments in there that people might be interested in and doing themselves. A couple other key things for your table is if you don't want to have candle wax, this is of course not a real candle. It's the kind that's battery powered, but you can't tell until you actually look into it.
You totally can't tell. I thought it was already melted down.
No, it's very good fakey.
That's really nice.
And I love this. These are new for the season. These are truly biodegradable cards. So if you feel that, it's got seeds actually in the paper. So once someone's got their lovely gift and they've kept the card, they can actually plant this and grow something.
That's wonderful.
Truly renewable.
You know what, we're going to have to put a link to that on our website.
So
I think people are going to want to know about that. That's
Yeah.
pretty neat. And more beautiful decor.
Yeah, so lots of other things are coming along. So we're seeing a lot of brown this season in terms of adding more color that is more universal color as opposed to typical red and green. Nothing wrong with that. Even things like Gerber daisies, which typically people think about as summer or spring. If you like a more modern flower, more structured flower, why not purchase them in red, mix them in with your typical white flowers or your greenery, and it gives you the sense of red and green without using the things that are maybe dated for you.
I do like that you've shown here that you can adopt some of these color trends and it still works with your red and green that exists already.
Oh yeah.
And these
Very
are just
versatile.
some of the great ideas that you're going to be showing us at the season's
Christmas show, absolutely, yes.
The International Center.
Yes, I will be there the Friday and Saturday at 11 on the Canadian Living stage, or on my website we also have more Christmas ideas, so you can go on there.
So lots of great ideas, and also I want to point people to the seasonshow.com website where you can learn about the dates, the times, the fact that you're there and other great guests too.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us, and I'll say it a little early. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
We'll have more coming up on Real Life in just a moment.